Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. In Masters Green, Ian Darke is with us, as is Don Hutchison as well. Don, look, mess behind you. A half-drunk bottle of, what's that, orange squash?
Oh, yeah, that's in. Yeah, but look at the Scotland top behind, and I'm wearing my royal blue Everton tonight. So
really,
it's a grand old team to play for.
It's black in your lighting.
Oh, it's blue. It's your eyes. It's blue.
It's not my eyes. This is blue. Ian's green, and you're black.
Terrible blue.
Definitely not going to win the Masters, or even the club medal.
For Don, how's the Chelsea camp? Is it worried after a shaky start to the season?
I think it probably is, Dan, in all fairness. It has been very shaky. The 3-3 against West Brom was a very hard watch. And I think you saw Frank Lampard's reaction as they were going 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 down. He was panicking big time, and he weren't happy. It probably just tells Frank that some of the players he needs to get shot of. I feel for him a little bit because Marcus Alonso plays at left back and hasn't been good enough. Ben Chilwell played last night and he was great for an hour. And then he brings Emerson on, who you'd think he'd be fresh and you'd think he'd be concentrated, and he made a ridiculous mistake to allow Spurs back into the game. So I think he's probably analysing his squad and he's brought enough players in, but now's the time to get rid of a few.
So when they do well, it's your best friend Frank Lampard's fault, but when they do badly, it's the players' fault. Is that right, Don?
Of course it is. That's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm just up to speed on that. Ian, how would you sum up the start to their season? How concerned should Chelsea fans be?
Well, I'm not sure, and this is a bit controversial maybe, I'm not sure Frank Lampard's teams do defence. I mean, all last season, all their matches were like basketball matches, or a fair few of them anyway. Same again at the start of this season. They got a £250 million worth of new players, really good signings. They must come good sooner rather than later, but they haven't gelled together yet. They don't look right yet, and they're hoping Thiago Silva is the answer at the back, but it wasn't a great start for him at West Brom.
But none of it is Frank's fault. Remember that,
No.
Ian. What formation is better suited for Frank Lampard's Chelsea, Don? 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1?
I don't mind 4-2-3-1. I think when N'Golo Kante sits in there with Jorginho, I think there's a good pair there where Kante can break it up and Jorginho can get on the ball. It's all about getting these new signings in. When Christian Pulisic's fit, I would imagine he starts. When Kai Havertz starts, when he's fit and up to speed, and he'll start the next game as a number 10. And then Hakim Ziyech when he's fit as well. So I would imagine when you're picking that three that's going to be behind Timo Werner, it's quite an easy sort of 11 to pick, I think. He just needs them all fit and firing.
How do you guys think Manchester United fans will cope if they get Dembele this summer and if Jadon Sancho doesn't arrive this window but next summer goes to another Premier League team, Ian?
Well, the word from Dortmund is they're not going to sell Sancho.
Nope.
There's only a few days left now. This has been going on all summer, and I think Dortmund are pretty fed up with it. It would be too late for them to do something about it by way of replacing him. So I think it more or less looks, unless there's something dramatic, as if that's going to be off. Dembele hasn't really come off at Barcelona, a lot of injury problems, so there'd be a bit of risk involved with that one. And I'll repeat what I've said before. I think Manchester United really needed to go and get an expensive defender. I think they've got enough by way of attacking talent at the moment. And I mean, Donny van der Beek can't get in the team, can he? They're big summer signings so far.
Don, Sheffield United have lost 3 games on the trot. Do you think this season they're going to be in a relegation battle after the kind of standards they set last season?
No, I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle, but it's been a bad start, Dan. I mean, as you said, losing 3 games and they haven't even scored a goal yet. That'll be a worry for Chrissy Wilder. I think they'll come good. I think when they brought people like Ollie Burke into the squad, I think he's the one that needs to get going. He's had far too many clubs for the age that he's at. But they're well drilled. Give it a couple of games, they'll start putting points on the board. And there's about 7 or 8 worse teams, I think, than Sheffield United.
Who has a better chance of making it into the top 4, Ian? Everton or Leicester?
That's a good question, because I think they've both got quite a strong chance. But I mean, you'd say Liverpool, obviously, Manchester City, obviously, probably Chelsea as well. Then you've got the other 3 of the big 6. But I do think Everton are live outsiders, not just because of the way they started, but Carlo Ancelotti has got a sort of magic, a bit of stardust that he's sprinkled around that club, and he's got the mood right around the club. They probably can't quite make the top 4, I don't think so. I think Leicester City once they've got Ndidi fit again, I think that's quite a big blow for them. I know they won 5-2 at Manchester City without him, but I think Leicester have got a better chance than Everton of making the top 4.
Ian, what are the trophies behind you?
What are the trophies behind me? Very minor. I play walking football, and I sometimes have won a couple of trophies doing that. Now, see, I'm so
I've played a bit of that.
I can't play proper football. I never
yes,
play like dog, but anyway. But yeah, little bits and pieces like that from not the recent past.
A bit of walking football. Very much.
Yeah, I still play. Yeah, I go and play that. Yeah.
Oh
Love
wow,
it.
we saw your clip
Kick
that went
the ball
viral.
around.
You've
I thought
still
I'd never
got quite
be
a
kicking
shot
the
on
ball
you.
around again.
Yeah. Don, Leicester or Everton?
My worry for Leicester is if Jamie Vardy gets injured. They're reliant on him, but I agree with Ian. I think even though Everton have spent a lot of money and brought in some brilliant players, I think they're just probably one window shy, I think, of trying to get into the top 4. I think the next purchase that they might be looking to make, if he doesn't liven up, I think it's Jordan Pickford. I like Jordan Pickford when he plays for England. I think he's got so much charisma and he's confident. He's got that air of arrogance. But when he plays for Everton, I'm not sure what it is about him. He just seems to make too many mistakes. So for him, he needs to liven up, and he must be a worried man because, as I said, the money that Everton are splashing at the moment, that might be their next purchase.
Don, will Atalanta be able to keep up their form from last year with the likes of Milan and... I don't know why to say Milan like that. Milan, darling. Milan or Napoli looking for top 4 contenders. Hey, Atalanta, good win today, 4-1, beating Lazio.
Great win, and they were brilliant last season. It's a team when you're commentating on them, I'm pretty sure Ian will agree, when Gasparini's gets his side playing, they are a super side to watch. They commit so many bodies forward, they can defend. They don't mind scoring 7s. They've done that plenty of times last season. Their average goals, I think, last season was just over 3, close to 3.5. So a brilliant side to watch. So hopefully for them, they can kick on this season.
Don, we got a little glimpse of your tattoo there. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Oh, just a little old one, just a little half a sleeve there.
Show it us.
Well, it's just a little bit of number 4.
What's it?
Why have
you got a strawberry on top?
Everyone
That's
says
amazing.
it's a strawberry. It's a
Little
heart.
one.
Well, show it to us
It's not
properly
just-
so we can see it.
Right, here you go.
Oh, God, that's terrible. Why would you have that on your arm?
It's terrible. I like it.
How old were you when you had that?
At 7?
Oh, I just really got a massive heart. Brilliant.
That looks like a strawberry.
Yeah, exactly. Big veins pulsating out. Beautiful.
You've got to be very careful when Dan's hosting the programme like this on the extra time to make sure that there's nothing incriminating in the background of the shot.
Hey.
Because,
Yeah, I know, but
I had to have my roof cleaned. On
When
one
he
of the
takes
shots
that
after
jacket
Dan
off.
made a remark.
When he takes that jacket off and that shirt off, I bet he's covered everywhere. Back, arms, chest, legs.
Yeah.
I'd ask Ian to show us his tattoo, but the censors wouldn't allow it. Okay, Don, Torres or Suarez for Liverpool at their peak? Ooh, good question.
Torres or Suarez? Oh, that is a great question. I think I'd lean towards Torres. I think I would.
Really?
Yeah, but if anyone's got an argument, I totally get it. It's a 50-50. I just go back to how good he was when Gerrard was playing up there and Alonso in midfield and Mascherano. I think in their pomp when Gerrard was playing alongside Torres, that was pretty special.
Yeah, he said that, hasn't he, recently as well, Torres, about how fantastic Steven Gerrard was, knowing exactly where he'd be and finding him sort of like telepathically. Suarez was good there, wasn't he? Yeah. Alongside Daniel Sturridge, who's kind of disappeared without trace since.
If Bayern Munich and Liverpool faced each other in the Champions League final, who would win? Whoa.
No, there's no debate, is there?
Go on.
Liverpool.
Why?
Well, I think even though they won the Champions League, Bayern, I think Liverpool are the best team in Europe. I mean, listen.
Well, Atletico Madrid might have an answer to you there, Don.
Yeah.
Because they knocked
but you see that game, Darke. It was one of them games where if that's played another 10 times, Liverpool win it 9 times out of 10. They battered them. They just couldn't stick the ball in the back of the net. A true scoreline. Liverpool could have scored 5 or 6. Listen, I'm not saying it would be a walkover because Bayern are a terrific outfit, and and well coached and got some fantastic players. But I watched Liverpool at the minute, and I just think they're unstoppable.
Yeah, Bayern look terrible, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they did last weekend when they got beat 4-1 off Hoffenheim.
One hiccup. Yeah,
they looked 3 against Leeds, would they?
You forgot about that one, didn't you, Dan? You forgot the 4-1 at Hoffenheim.
Oh, the old 4-1 Hoffenheim. That really scared them going into the final. Ian, Don says it's a no contest.
I wouldn't say it's a no contest. I mean, Bayern Munich, what was it? 22 wins on the trot, 31 unbeaten.
Beat Barcelona
tremendous
8-2.
run. They are a fantastic side as well. You'd pay good money to see that final. Kind of was hoping it might happen last season between the pair of them. But I think I actually do. Having said that, I do think I would lean towards Liverpool. I just think they would get it. Bayern Munich and certainly take advantage of that high line that they play.
The Premier League.
I got him round.
Premier League bias. Goodness me.
Well, they beat Liverpool. They beat Bayern a couple of years ago in the Champions League final.
Yeah, it was a very different Bayern side then, though, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
They're much better now.
Well, Liverpool haven't. I mean, if the final's at Anfield, it's a no-brainer. Liverpool haven't lost there for like 3 yet.
Why would it be at Anfield?
I'm just making the point how good Liverpool are.
If it was at Anfield, they'd win. What a great point to make.
It'd be a hell of a game for Thiago, wouldn't it, to be playing in?
Yep. Ian, can you give any tips to Don? This is a good one to end. Any tips to Don on how to become a better commentator?
Nope, he can give tips to me, I think.
Oh, no, Ian. You've been doing it all your life.
Yes, he can. Of course he can.
What?
I'm not getting into that. That's dangerous territory. Don's great.
What's the one piece of advice you would give to commentators, though? To colour commentators? I'm interested in a serious way.
Right, okay, serious answer. All right, not messing around. I think the advice I would give is the advice I've heard many times, actually, from bosses I've had. I could watch 1,000 matches, but I never played football at the level that the guys who sit alongside us do, like Don. So tell us something that only somebody who played at that level could give you an insight on. That's not a bad little guide. And tell us something that we can't see. Yeah, Don, you've done none of those things from the commentaries that I've heard you do.
No, I've had the same advice actually, and it's 100% spot on. The other advice I got from Andy Townsend, who I thought was a terrific commentator, he said, learn the art of saying nothing sometimes. I think sometimes you can talk too much.
Yeah, definitely. And don't bring stats. I don't want to hear you colour
players
give any stats.
No.
Shut up.
I'm not a stat man.
Less is more sometimes. Less is more. Well, it's often more.
Less is definitely more, which maybe you considered when you got that tattoo, Don. But there we go. That is it. That brings us to the end of ESPN FC's Extra Time. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Liverpool play Arsenal. Oh, what happened last time they met? Can't remember. We'll be back then to discuss that. Until then, goodbye. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.